Hey everybody, it's Psychic Hunter David Williamson. Well, it is on Sunday morning. It's actually turning into a sort of a bizarre, interesting, beautiful morning because it was kind of cloudy and damp, and then now all of a sudden the sun came out again. It's like yesterday I went out and I thought, have I missed spring? All of a sudden it's here. Anyway, interesting energy we're going through. This is another, yes, I know, we are all just feeding you folks. Interesting, intense build-up to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It really will hit full center on Saturday, especially here, probably Britain, Europe, it's more Sunday. And this is this huge meeting of Uranus and Jupiter in the constellation of Taurus. It's interesting, it was my father's birthday. And he wasn't easy. God bless the guy. He's gone, but I'm not easy either, but I can at least back up. Anyway, so this really interesting energy. So the energies that I believe are happening here, this to me is the real initiation. And I'd spoken about this many years back. I said, it'll probably take us to almost the mid-2020s before we will sense the true initiation into this, 21st century. And this is what we're going through. And all these squabbles, these conflictions, these uneasiness, this societal unrest. Remember, change is really difficult for people. It's just, we're all stubborn. We're all set in our ways. We want things the way they were. It was so good in 1890. Guess what? It wasn't. And even they had to change. They had to give up those poor horses that were being mistreated for an automobile to spew burnt fossil fuels that everybody takes for granted. But you're doing it, folks, every time you cough. Anyway. And I'm not saying that because I can't drive a sports car, because I will one day. I'm gonna start driving again. So anyway, so the bottom line here, sorry, I'm just doing something. I tell people not to multitask when I'm reading them on the phone, and here I'm doing it. The big thing I want you guys to understand is be very focused in your visualizations this week, now through Friday. You get your dream board out, create one, get a big piece of goddamn paper, cardboard. I don't give a damn what you use. Stop outlining how you get from A to C. When I hear clients say to me, and friends, and I'm not trying to critique them because I've done it myself, and they'll say, oh, I need to be able to pay this all off, and I need to really have help from this, and I need to find this in order to do that. I think, okay, you're saying it, but okay. And then they'll look at me quite, in a very inquisitive manner and almost offensive. And I'll say, but you've just outlined for the universe how you are not worthy of spontaneous manifestation, of spontaneous ability to create. You've just said that. You're focusing on that. You're micromanaging. You're trying to control the universal interaction of your life experience. We don't have as much control as we think, folks. No, you don't. God bless. Look at the people we've lost that they're great and they find out they're sick. Look at Princess Catherine. I mean, look at the things going on. I mean, the king, God bless him, but he's an older gentleman, and it's just, but you think, why? Look what happened, God bless, to Princess Diana. Life isn't this easy road all the time. You're going to go through ups, downs, and otherwise. And it's not all the romanticized ideal that if only this was, if humanity would not argue. I say this time and time again. We are carnivores. We're human animals. You're going to put a bunch of apes together or gorillas, they're going to fight. And I mean, the thing you have to understand is if we could come to an acceptance of respect for others, this to me is the thing that I've learned in my life is not so much about they're wrong. It boils down to lessening one's entitlement, and apparently it becomes arrogant entitlement. When we lessen this, and we start to recognize, hey, I can't necessarily come to a state of agreeing with their philosophies, but we have to come to compromise. And if we don't, and you see that I think that there was great ideals in the United Nations. I really do believe the establishment of these things initially was a wonderful philosophical ideal after the atrocities of what concurred all across the map with the last century. And it's my cat's crying, saying, stop. But the sad thing is corruption overrides. Human animals feel this need to be worth $50 billion. And we don't need all that. People say to me they do, and this is my business. Sure it is. But you're also a controlling individual. You're a controlling human animal. And everybody wants to be the king and queen of the castle and of the land. I mean, that should have died 100 years ago, but it still exists, sadly. So we'll see. Pluto and Aquarius, I've already warned people. Aquarians better be careful. I've already told you that. Pisces have got their own shit going on. And same thing with Leos and Virgos. But with Leo, it's just backing up. Lessen the control over the week. Anybody with Leo ascendant who's a Leo, the more you feel you need to be in control during this Uranus conjunct. And yes, I'm going to get back to the astrology now after my, history lesson. You want to be careful. And I have Leo ascendant. And I know I can be controlled. I want this way. We all do. We all want something. I'm not eating that food. I mean, everybody has their story. I think the big thing with all of us is that Uranus conjunct Jupiter. Uranus is spontaneous, and don't tell me. That's Aquarius. That's where Pluto is. Now, Pluto's part of this mix as well. So Pluto's in there going to go, I'm going to throw a fireball and just screw it all up. So expect the unexpected over the next week. Jupiter expands whatever we consciously think about, sometimes what we don't think about, but it's how do you deal with it? Do you become the Debbie Downer, or do you accept, okay, this is the way the ball bounces. I got to go through this. I'm going to go through this firestorm, and there's going to be so much great, fantastic on the other side you won't believe. That's why I always say when you feel frozen, you feel stuck, go through your things, give it to the Salvation Army, Goodwill, or whatever. Who cares? Who cares what they do with it? You have lessened, you've released material control, material obligation. That's the true ball and chain, the weight around your ankle. And when you do that, and when you give and you go and you do something for free and just walk away, you have to understand that actually is a benefit. It comes back full circle. When I'm worried, I get rid of things. I give them away for next to nothing or sell them, and I get busy. Or I find something spectacular for another gift from the universe. It is miraculous, and it is pure magic. Anyway, wish you guys all the best. I am working. I will put up another blurb. Obviously, I'm going to do the week ahead by Thursday, Friday. So we will speak soon, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday into the beginning of this week. And I've got lots of appointments, so if you want to book in, give me a berdingle. As my grandmother would say, she wasn't German. She was very Scots, but she'd say berdingle. Anyway, I wish you the best. Keep well.